My name is Qyira, and I studied ADTP in Sunway in 2012 to 2014, and then I went to further my studies in Western Michigan University in the United States. So WMU is one of the sister university for Sunway, and one of the reasons why I chose WMU, it was that all my credits were transferable to WMU, so I didn't have to repeat any classes or repeat any extra subjects when I was there. So some of the really cool subjects I took while in ADTP was like Sociology 101. I took Theatre 101. I'm not sure that's offered anymore. I think it's replaced with film. But I took theatre when I was in Sunway, and it was really cool. I even considered minoring in the arts when I was after that one class, but obviously I'm not meant to do that. I was also involved so when I was in Sunway, I decided to major in communication studies, specifically intercultural communications. So I took a lot of my comms electives and my core subjects in Sunway itself. So I took public speaking, intercultural communications, I took communications research and things like that. I was also involved in the student committee for ADP. So ADTP had our own student council, student committee kind of thing. So we organized a lot of like American-based events and festival to raise awareness about American culture in Sunway. So some of the really cool things we did was like the Halloween bazaar. We also did the presidential watch party, presidential election. So that time, I think it was 2012, I think. I'm not sure, but that was the year Obama was elected again. So we had a watch party of like, counting the states, how many states were voting for Obama and how many states were voting for Mitt Romney. We even had an actual like a mock debate, where someone was representing the Democrat Party and someone represented the Republicans to sort of like reenact the presidential debate. So it was very interesting to be able to highlight these kind of events while I was a Sunway student, and so it also made my experience in Sunway a lot more enriching. I was also part of a group that did a lot of Orang Asli outreach. So through some friends in Sunway and ADP, we would organize fundraisers and donation drives to bring medicine, books, and also relevant supplies to Orang Asli villages about every month. And we would also run art workshops with the Orang Asli children and the community there. So through that experience, I actually learned how to be more active in the nonprofit scene. I learned how to run projects. I learned how to do like social media marketing. It was like, being able to practice what I learned in real life almost immediately, because I was very involved in a lot of activities in Sunway. I think ADP also had one of the best lecturers around, because we had a lot of really fun and young lecturers who a lot of them was educated in the US or Canada. So I think they gave us a really good insight into what is it like to study in the US and what to prepare for, most importantly. So some survival tips in Sunway, I guess, since all of you will be joining Sunway. I think one of the tips that I appreciated from a senior was that, to try everything and to not be afraid of any new thing. So I joined almost every single program I could. I tried every new food I could. I am Malaysian, but I have not lived in KL for 15 years prior to that. So coming home to PJ and Subang was like a whole new experience for me. Living on my own was a very interesting experience. I lived in Sunway residence, and then I moved out to live in Sunway Lagoon View. So I learned how to like cook on my own. I learned how to do my own laundry. I know it's a bit late, but I think those experiences helped me prepare for living alone in the US as well. So I think that is one advice that I can give to everyone. And I think second advice is that push yourself out of your comfort zone, in the sense that, there are a lot of opportunities in Sunway that you can get into to become active as a student. I think SSA is one of them. There's also the student council, and there's also tons of other societies and clubs that exist in Sunway that I think would be beneficial to you guys as young students. When I was in Sunway, there was a film society. So I'm not sure that's still around. We used to watch like movies every week, or sometimes we watch like TV episodes, or I think we even watched Adventure Time once, and we would analyze and discuss the episode and the movie after watching it. So I think college life or university life is what you make it to be, and don't feel like, oh, I'm too nervous to join this now, I'll do it later. There is no later. Join it. If you find it, if you're curious about it, just join it. You don't lose anything by putting yourself out there. So what am I doing now, and how being an ex-Sunwayan impacts my decision? So I run Undi 18, which is a non-profit that we lobbied for lowering the voting age last year, and we succeeded last year. So it was actually a project that I started when I was a student in the US, and this time it was during the Donald Trump election. So as you can see, being active in politics and advocacy is something that's very close to my heart, and I think being involved in a lot of the Sunway programs, as well as the Orang Asli outreach work that I was doing, made me realize that I have incredible privilege to be able to afford an education in Sunway. I'm incredibly privileged to be able to go to the States and choose what I want to study. I ended up doing a double major when I was in WMU. I instead of just a comm studies degree, I also double majored in gender studies. So this gave me a very interesting perspective into how we can do advocacy work. How do we look at communities and laws and policies in Malaysia? And I think it's one of the reasons why I do what I do today. So all the best in your studies, and welcome to the Sunway student community. If there's any other questions or ideas that you think that you'd like to share with me, I can be contacted at Qyira Yusri at undi18.org or any of my social media. So I'm looking forward to see where you guys are going, and don't be shy to reach out. I'm very proud to be a Sunway alumni, and I hope that you guys will be too. Thank you.